Rhythm. And you are the rhythm.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rhythm and You, where we bring you closer to your favorite artist. This week, I have one of my favorite artists. I know I say this a lot, but this guy is a personal friend, and we've known each other for a while. We just never hang out. It's weird. The one and only Lebza Sax, aka Mr. Lebza Sax.
Sure.
Hey, I'm sure the ladies go crazy when they hear that.
No, they don't. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you. It's just an honor for me to be able to interact with people on a different level and also in a different vision. I'm grateful to be part of this.
You can hear the difference here, but we're media trained. You can hear the certain answers, the way they bring it. Hey, bruh. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since bumping into each other, at vibes and just talking, saying, we should link up. Now we're finally linking up on camera, for the people, just to get people closer.
Yeah.
Dude, this is something we have to do. Give the people a quick background. Hilbron to Sasol to Bloom to UK to all around the world, all that whole vibe. Just give the people.
Okay, fine. I was born and bred in Hilbron, in the Free State. And, music takes us to different countries and to different provinces and whatsoever. So I started falling in love with the saxophone when I was in high school. So I started playing in the school orchestra and whatnot and everything. So I started bothering them there at home. And they were like, yo, are you serious? People are becoming doctors out there, engineers. So why this thing? And I fell in love with it. And then I went to go study in Pretoria at the State Theatre, Music Academy.
Ooh.
And then after that, I went to TUT, and then I started falling in love with different sounds, meeting different house producers, obviously with the background of jazz and bebop and all those kind of things. And then I started learning and becoming more closer to my saxophone and the sound that I wanted, because as a musician, it's all about the signature. You can sound like Kirk Whalum on a certain piece, or you can sound like Gerald Albright, but there's always the you that has to come out that relates with the people. And then my journey started there, and then from house to trap to music now, and it's just elevating, my man. It's just elevating,
all around. You're not limiting yourself just to the jazz side of the saxophone and the house side. You are venturing out into different sounds.
I believe there's this saying that my lecturer used to say to me, is that music has a way of directing people in the right channel, but it just takes a while, because you just have to move in order to become part of the tunnel that you're running into, So me meeting different people, it contributed also to my sound.
Yo, pearls of wisdom we are just 2 minutes into the show, but we already have dope lines. Okay, cool. Now let's get to now we have the background. Let's get to the current Lebza Sax. Now Lebza Sax has been collaborating with a lot of people, and one of those people is Masedi. And now you guys are pushing this Sotho Boys Worldwide. This is Mara Honalium, on a beard gang, but we'll get to that. Tell us about Sotho Boys Worldwide, dude. How did you guys hook up and push it in here?
The lockdown was a huge blessing because it made us to be in our houses and meet people. Masedi is my cousin. So in the whole movement of Sotho Boys Worldwide, I met him as a saxophonist, but we didn't know that we were related until I bumped into his dad. So when I bumped into his dad, it's how are people at home? It's Masedi's related to Mutu. And then we're just chilling, and we started making music together.
Yeah, man.
So we wanted something totally different that's going to attract the world, because you get your ladies with Mambazos that go to America and then they just harmonize and jump and people are like, yo, what's that?
That's dope.
So we started re batla o swenka ka Sesotho on a different level to show people that this is the significance of who we are in Sotho music, in Sotho trap, and what we're trying to achieve, you understand? So we got into studio, we started working on songs like Haye, on songs like we did an intro of Bongeninge, a song of the Sarafina movie as an intro also with me on the saxophone and the vocals as well. So it's been elevating so much, and we managed to attract companies like You Tour, you know.
Holla back.
Yeah, there's a lady we're currently working with. Her name is Naledi Okenzi McCarthy. She's from UK. She stays in Croydon. And she happened to meet me through a lady called Mokho Moqadi that I used to work with on Lesotho. So now she started falling in love with my sound and who I am and everything. And then with me and Masedi, and we started venturing to the Sotho Boys Worldwide. That's why every time we do things, we say from Lesotho to Dubai. Lesotho Liwa. So we're planning to create anthems that even when we are in Texas or in the UK, people must always remember there are those black dudes that are pushing Sotho music, the cultural music into trap. That's how we relate.
Yeah, man. Now, like with all of the people that you've gotten to work with, I know like you don't normally have favorites, but who have you worked with that, I don't know, like you felt a different type of vibe with the person, like you connected on a different level, like you got some sort of inspiration, like your best collabo that you could, if you had to like choose one?
Masedi.
Holla back.
Yeah.
The dude's energy is crazy.
You know, as I said, music it's its own language. So sometimes I've never merged with a rapper, a Sotho rapper so much because you know I've been to Lesotho. I've been working with people like Lekaka, who works with Bo, Vector, and Bostana and them. And now me working with Masedi, I understood how the street language merges with the visibility of music. And it started making so much sense because you would play a song on the saxophone. Okay, it works with the choir, it works with the sax, it blends with the percussion. Like, let me do this. And every time we hit something in the studio, it just becomes magic. It shows that music is not limited to what we think.
No. Definitely.
So it challenges me every day. Sometimes I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning thinking, and I send him a voice note. I'm like, Masedi, there's this song. Okay. And then he would send me his line K6 saying, hey, and we would vibe to it. We hit the studio and magic just happens, man.
Now, just going back a little bit, your sound, like you said, you need to have your own sound within the instrument that you play and the music that you're making and everything. Like your signature sound, like how would you define a Lebza Sax sound?
I'm a universal musician because I make, I wouldn't categorize myself as a jazz saxophonist or a house saxophonist. I'm just a musician that's trying to connect with the world. Because sometimes, like yesterday, I got to Capello and people were expecting the sound of the saxophone first, and I started going. I started thinking about birds, how the birds chirp when they sit on trees and whatnot. And I started making sound from that, and then I started my set. So I wouldn't categorize myself as being a certain type of a saxophonist in a certain music criteria. I would just say I get energies from different types of music styles, and I just merge it with me.
Vibe with it.
Because I've got a lot of stories to tell.
Trust me, we know. We know. We already have the Durban story. The whole way to Durban. So we know. But I think like we really get to get close to the artist, the performer, the musician, just to find out what is behind the music and to hear the thoughts behind the music. Because sometimes you can interpret it your way, but then like to hear it from you, to hear the effort that you've put into it, the soul that you've put into it, you can feel it when you listen to it.
Yeah, I would say, I'm very blessed to have met people like, my background consists of people like Kaiser, Zwesta, Yoq, so, and moving around different provinces, it influenced me to become the person that I am today. I didn't realize that me going with Kaiser from Sasol to Durban would actually make me connect with the other worlds also. So I would say it's a step-by-step day, and for me, I believe, this is my private belief, I believe that God has called me for this journey. You know, I don't want to be, you know, I know there are certain people that watch shows and say, okay, fine, we don't actually Christian, but whatever. But I would say he spoke and music came to existence. And that's how now I'm trying to connect with myself and the crowds and different types of people.
No, I trust that. And I believe that, dude. Now, I want to get into something controversial. I don't know whether it's really controversial. Dude, how did you come up with a blonde beard? I saw that picture. Lebza
Never ever in my life have I hit so many comments in 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, honestly speaking, there's this guy that we always go to gigs with. He's called Spencer. He holds with me and Masedi. One of my good friends. So every time he would dye his beard, I'm like, what's that? I'm like, let me try something new. And then we were rapping. And then
he was straight blonde.
And then I took a picture. I sent it to some white friend of mine called Eben van Zyl. It's like, you're almost white. There comes the white sponsors now. There comes the white moolah, you know. So I just wanted something different. So I realized that the response that I was getting for this, it's not working. Because I was getting like inboxes.
Too much.
And then I had to respond like, I'm like, when I'm only post so I had to say, Spencer, please take off this thing, man. And Masedi was like, you look dope, bro. This is something different.
It's a look,
Sax is silver, your beard is gold. Yo.
I see it working.
So it's just a funny move for like 2 days. You know, and there was a time I was jumping into a taxi, at the River Mall. But once I was,
get in the looks,
like, I wanted to say funny, so.
Dude, because I saw that picture and I thought it was hilarious. I was just wondering, Mara, where's Lebza, our hot money? One time.
Banana, bam follow I'm right. I had to I did a live video the following day and be like, okay, fine, guys, I'm back.
I saw that. That was dope, man. Okay, let's get back into the music, man. Biggest stages, biggest performance.
Letofe, Lesotho is one of the biggest festivals that Lesotho has every year. I've played some of the stages I can't even remember. So I've managed to share a stage with people like Budaza, Tepotola, Pongo Mafin, Moho Mokadi, Kaifa Semenya, and a whole lot of them. So I played on many different stages, but that for me was the biggest stage because, you know, jumping off stage after sound check and realizing that Bra Kaifa is just standing there. Like,
just chilling.
When the sound check is with Sakalayo. So the connection with, I love the motivation that's coming from Batuba Fitlempilo who are in the music industry. Because chilling like people like Buntate Tepo, there's a different energy that we get every single time. You know, we bump into people like that. They take music is simplicity. It's just taking out what's in the heart and connecting with the soul and giving it to the people. It's more than the score sheet that you get when you get to a music school. They say play, here's a Charlie Parker standard in 1975 and you just play. But when you integrate with the soul,
something magical happens. Something magical happens. Yeah, man. So just before we wrap it up, just tell the guys where they can get a hold of you now, your socials, and where they can get your music, and maybe something to look forward to.
Currently, Detoy has released an album called Soulful Sessions. I'm on the album. There's a song that I did with him called With You. It's King Detoy featuring Lebza Sax. And if they want to find more about my music, they can go to the You Tour World page on Facebook and on Instagram, or go to the Blueprint page. They can find my stuff there. My personal page is called Lebza Sax. And you can also find my stuff on Mercedes page also.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That is dope. Well, Lebza, it's been awesome having you.
Thank you so much.
Like this was like one of those interviews for the books. You know when they say it's one for the books, this was definitely one for the books. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving us the time.
Thank you.
Holla back.
Sure.
Sharp. And there you have it, guys. Another thought-inspiring interview with the one and only Lebza Sax. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. It's Rhythm in You all over. This was mad inspiring. Rhythm in You taking you on a journey through music.